Okay. Oh, that's aiming a little bit high. Can we fix that? All right. So, we're live and back with Triangle Strategy. So, I'm just going to point this out for your sake. This is the save file where we left off on stream, Sandry, at 112 hours. This is the save file we're picking up at 120 hours. Now, I will not deny a lot of those 100 some odd hours are me just leaving the game on and forgetting I left the game on. But that's not an insignificant amount of time, right?
that is a noticeable amount of time, yes.
Okay. So, let me go over a few things that happened between last time and this time. Let me go ahead and pull up my little map as well for the direction. You won't see it on stream, but I need to look at it for my reference. So we last left off at chapter 10. And that's where we revealed Roland's identity to what's-his-face. To Savrog.
Yeah, right.
Because revealing Roland's identity is one of the keys needed to actually get the true ending of the game. Then we went on to chapter 11, which was the choice between defending the Roselle, no matter what, or giving the Roselle up to Hyzant. And I have to admit, with something I told you before stream, it did tempt me to do that, but then I realized I probably just don't have the time to actually go down that path and get all this information and loop before we got to today. So,
Fair.
I have no clue. I still have no clue what the story is on that side of the map, is all I'm saying. Okay? Then we went on to chapter 12, which was, hey, turns out the Roselle know that salt exists. Who knew, right? Then we go to chapter 13, and that's the one where we have the choice between destroying the bridge and trapping the enemy in the castle, destroying the dam and wash away all the troops in the city, or infiltrating the castle and destroy the warship. In our original playthrough, we went with destroying the warship. And as tempted as I was to actually wash away the city, I personally have moral objections to that. So we went with trapping the enemy in the castle. So, between those two, I have been writing down notes, by the way. And this is going to coincide with pictures, because the pictures tell the story better than my notes can. But this was before I decided to, take pictures, right?
Okay.
So, when we tried to convince Anne to not give up the Roselle, one of the options struck me as, like, an interesting option to... that is, like, the absolute truth, right? When you're trying to convince Anne to not give up the Roselle, one of the options is, quote, "The Hierophant's orders seem cold and callous, without heart." Reminder, the Hierophant is a rodent.
Yes.
So, that's interesting. That's one of the decisions you can say to Anne. And this is just something, like, this is something we saw before, but I wanted to just restate it. When we were saving the Roselle, and then after we saved the Roselle by kicking our little, expatriate out of the map, right? We outright killed him, right? Like, we didn't paladin that. He killed, I can't think of the name. It starts with a T. Telior?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So he outright kills Telior, and X-Arm, like, takes his opportunity, surrounds the city with his troops. Reminder, X-Arm is that guy that I have a tough time following, like, what his deal is, right? He's the one who said, the future will go to the next generation, and so on and so forth. Like, that's, like, his mentality. One thing he said to himself... Sorry, hold on a second. I have a little bit of dinner stuck in my teeth. Um, one thing he said to himself when presented with the salt crystal, and I think that this is important for us. Like, now that I'm playing this the second time, I think this line actually holds a lot more weight than we originally gave it credit for. X-Harm said, would be a waste to disperse to... I have right down disperse, but that doesn't make sense. To use the crystal and to get rid of the crystal and House Wolford here. The crystal obviously being the crystal of salt, right? And then we went with destroying the bridge. And this is the point where I realized, and I probably should have realized a heck of a lot sooner, we have the ability to take pictures and videos. So, you know, a picture says 1,000 words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, let's see here. Wait, was this the... Yeah, okay. It was after Anne said that I realized we could take the pictures. I think I pressed the button by mistake at this point and went, oh. So there's the discussion around the Hierophant. This is the waste to dispose the crystal and Wolfort here. And then from here on out, I just don't have notes. I'm just going to pull these up and see what I remember from this. Let's see here. Oh, this is Gustave talking about the explosions that he saw in the Wolfort domain. That being, I think this was an actual added line. If you went down the route where X-Harm nuked your domain. So I think they actually properly like added this line because I do not remember this line existing in the other time.
No, definitely not.
So it's interesting that he is now using the explosion in the Wolfert domain as basically a CB to increase the death knell. And this is also the scene where he's like, you know, it's a general's a general's supposed to follow my orders, don't question them. I think okay. So this is later when he's talking to Savrog. I guess I was wrong. Savrog actually continues to show up, by the way. And I actually do know we would fight Savrog if we'd actually nuke the dam. Anywho, so Gustave is talking about Thanos Erica may have hidden it from her. They drive no greater pleasure than tormenting her. This is talking about the book. You know, like her precious book that was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And we did theorize that he knew what was in this book. I think Gustave did not know what was in the book, because otherwise he would not have said this line. Because we were
unless,
thinking.
Of course, remember, he's trying to hide the whole, he's trying to hide the whole thing from people.
Gustave, he's a good liar. He's saying this because he wants to encourage the people to look for the book. Which means he doesn't know what's in that book. That is my opinion. You could read something different into that, and that's fine. But what I'm reading into this, and from the way the line was delivered, because right, I don't think he knows what was in that specific book. Anywho, let's see here. What was this line? Yeah,
I think that's probably because Trish is working for us.
Well, as much as I want to loop it again and get the other guy, I am not going to loop it. I'm not going to, because that'll definitely take a couple of weeks, and I don't want to do that. but I do want.
Nowhere near that good.
I don't know how good he is.
I said the game.
Anyway, I think that's more evidence to be like he doesn't know what the bandits actually have access to. This is the scene where she's outing her. She's basically begging what's her face for. She's begging of Laura for help at like fixing the stuff in the Capitol. Why did I take a picture of this one? They secretly indulge in bribes like for personal gain. Vlora's talking about Patriot. Oh, okay. Gustave has not given any of them position as court. They have fallen on hard times. Okay. So that's just, I think that's setting up like Patriot's like story, I guess. I don't know why I specifically took a picture of this one. Um, hmm. Let's see here. When did this take place? This was when X-Arm was negotiating with us about how they're going to do the fight, I think. This is not a simple struggle for power, Mr. Serenota. The goddess, the source, the iron. The War of 30 Years comes back to haunt us because the old cleans the relics of the past. Nozelia needs to be born anew. Yeah, this is more about like how, more of like my recontextualization now that we've seen a lot more of X-Arm. I think rereading this line now we know a lot more about him. Actually, like, again, a lot of his lines hold a lot more weight than you think they would, sort of a thing. Which I don't know if that's a sign of we were just dumb in reading it the first time, or I'm not gonna say we, me, I was dumb, or if once we know everything, we go back, reread the book, and we see the cracks in the armor, as it were. I don't know. What do you think?
I think he's an ambitious little bastard.
He definitely is. Let's see here. Oh, this is this is okay, so what this is when Thalos and Erica were being absolute bitches to Avlora and Cordelia. Thalos being the twins.
Yeah, I remember.
And you only get this line, these sets of lines, specifically when you're going down this route. It seems like what Thalos and Erica do changes depends on which route you go on. So now they're just being absolute assholes to Cordelia and Avlora. And then we get a flashback. We actually get a flashback between Frederica and the twins, which was not in the other one, by the way. The eve of Frederica and Seredona's engagement. So this is like the day before she's sent off. Erica, you're certainly calm for someone about to be sold off on the morrow. Holy shit, guys! Like what? Seriously? Like
that is a take.
Yeah, like you obviously see Frederica like protesting, right? And this screenshot, if I do it correctly, like where that previous screenshot ends, this next one picks up. Yes. So tell me, dear, how do you plan on seducing the Wolfert boy? Fuck almighty! She insisted that Frederica's mother is basically a sleut. Let me just put it this way. When I fought them in this route, I enjoyed the the elimination of these two after this flashback.
I mean, they're absolutely reprehensible creatures, so...
They got worse. Somehow they got worse, Sandry. And I think, again, this picture takes place, directly after that last one falls off. Thalos is saying, like, you can't, like, you're not worth anything. It's only to get you out of the way.
It's easy to say that, but the fact is that's kind of how political marriages work.
Yeah, but like Jesus H. Christ, like these guys do not.
They're just horrible people.
Yeah. Let's see here. What was this picture? Oh, this was a video.
The world I knew before was so very limited.
This was after the.
No matter what awful thing happened to me, I believed
freeze.
I could do nothing but suffer in silence.
And that's her, like, holding the necklace.
But staying quiet in the face of injustice is tantamount to condoning it. I needed to stand up.
Oh, I'm only able to do this in 30 seconds, so but I think you got the point, right?
Yeah.
And I just took a picture of the last few lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like her steeling herself for like, I'm going to kill them. And by the way, in the middle of battle, this is the scene that the battle takes place on. And you notice
fancy.
they're looking both ways. They are surrounded. You literally start this battle off in a pincer attack. It's awesome.
That just means that no matter which way I aim, my arrows will hit someone.
Well, this is the actual battle. We moved on to the workable part of the terrain, not the part that was just a flat terrain, but whatever. So this is the actual battle. It's actually quite interesting. Let's see here. Yep. She's saying beg for forgiveness and just like, sit, get down like a dog. Erica and Thalos, holy shit, they became evil. These are some of the lines that you actually get into the middle of combat that I took pictures of. Sarah Noah talking with Thalos. Thalos and this is Thalos and Milo. Thalos, Milo's the dancer
I like
girl.
the response.
Yeah.
I would, but I hate children, especially spoiled little brats like you.
Yep. Let's see here. This one is between Thalos and Frederica.
Ooh, wee!
You see what I mean? You see what I mean by these guys got worse?
Yep.
Let's see.
They're basically caricatures.
Let's see here. Erica and Frederica.
Yep.
These guys are basically well, they're certainly master racish, if I had to say so myself.
It's a little more complicated than that, but yes. They're certainly cartoonish bigots.
Yeah. Let's see here. What's this line? No, this is continuing Erica and Frederica.
Yeah.
I assume you had time to read that. Let's see here. What do we got?
Yes.
Erica and Sarah Noah? Yeah, Erica and Sarah Noah.
Aw, that's sweet.
Let's see here. Okay, this is after the fight. Like, this is after the fight. We go, like, we escape from the capital. We go to a shoreline. And we're discussing, like, what happened between Avlora and Queen Cordelia. And they're talking about, they fled. Esros expertise with ships far eclipses our own. Again, why? They live in a freaking mountain! I do not understand this!
And we are a river kingdom.
Yes! I mean, Benedict could be...
They're well known for their ships that they ride down the mountain waterfalls.
Yeah. Benedict could be talking about this specific group, but I honestly doubt the Mountain Kingdom has better sailors than the kingdom
and naval technology.
Yeah.
You know who else has better experience and quality ships than us?
That should be the Hyzanthians, because they live in also a riverbed.
No, they live in a former riverbed.
Yeah.
That it does not have much in the way of
okay,
places to use.
Who has better ships?
Hmm?
Who has better ships then?
No, I was being sarcastic that the people who live in the desert probably also have better ships than us.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So, your favorite Grima Wormtongue is like, no, we can't chase after him. And, everybody is like, we won't let that happen. right? Benedict is actually putting like the spin on Roland. It says, "Without you, our fight loses its purpose." Like that was straight up to Roland.
Yeah, no, I see.
Let's see here. Frederica is saying we must save her. Eventually, everybody basically convinces Benedict that we, and Serenoa kind of does make a point. Once the war ends and the people found out we abandoned their queen, their faith in him will be lost.
I mean, there's also the fact that Roland would be a terrible king, so anything we can do to prevent him from being on the throne.
So, by the way, this is the next battle that happens.
Awkward.
Yeah, it's an actual battle between two ships. It was glorious.
They nailed over their gun ports.
Okay, I think I took a picture of these just in case, but now that I think about, like, afterwards I thought about it, I think these are the exact same lines she says to Roland no matter what. Like, I don't think these lines changed. But yeah, you see, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but at the very bottom of the screen, there's this nice little thin line that goes from boat to boat.
That's the pulley?
Yeah, that's the one area, that's the one way we can get onto the boat, barring anybody who can use jump commands. Guess what, people I brought into this fight?
Flyers and jumps?
Flyers and jumps! I also brought the time guy, because the time guy can switch places with allies. Why did I take a video of this? I think I meant to take this video.
Cordelia.
So yeah, he strikes Avlora, but Cordelia gets in the way of the blade. I don't remember if this happened in the previous one, but holy shit.
Run, Avlora.
Your Majesty.
And Avlora just dives off into that raging storm.
Find her. She won't get far with those wounds.
Queen Cordelia. Gila, she needs a healer.
Cordelia.
Yeah. The fact that she just dives off into a raging river like that, and we know for a fact she lives.
She is kind of metal, yes.
Yes. Why did I take a picture of this? This is just an accident. Okay.
So we're gonna have to deal with the fact that the intended king murdered the queen.
I don't remember if that happened in the other playthrough. She gets wounded in the other playthrough, and I don't remember if it was due to Roland or not. Do you happen to remember?
Not a clue.
Well, okay.
It's been months.
Yeah, it's fine. But here we go. And that leads us to this chapter. Let me just double check. It is save 2. Yes. So, admittedly, I did not save at the vote because I wanted to see if any of these scenes could be recontextualized with what we now know about the story. Because our story is a little bit different this time, right?
Are scattered and driven from the crown city.
Yeah.
Glenbrook, at last, is free.
So, yep, we just kicked them out.
Several days after this fateful battle, Queen Cordelia announces her intent to abdicate the throne and make way for another. Roland Glenbrook, his face no longer hidden from the world, will take his rightful place at the seat of power.
Okay, so Queen Cordelia did
With the
abdicate.
prince's friends having only just finished grieving his death, and his enemies having only just finished toasting to it. This news shocks the foundations not only of Glenbrook, but of Nozelia itself. By routing Esfrost's forces and leaving the city unscathed, House Wolford displays their martial prowess and their loyalty to their liege. The prince becomes king and condemns the schemes of Gustadolf, making known Esfrost's plot to usurp the throne. However, the people's reaction to this news is not quite a chorus of approval. It is plain that the ravages of war and the shame of subjugation have left an indelible mark on the once prosperous nation.
So I will
Although
point
the
out.
battle for
I'm going to
Glenbrook
pause
is
the.
behind them, Serenoa and the rest of the city's liberators must make ready for a struggle of an entirely different sort.
I'm just going to point this out. Look at the bridge to Glenbrook.
Whoops.
Yeah. Like they actually acknowledge it in the overworld, which you know, good on them, right? But I figure some of these scenes might be recontextualized. If it sounds like it's going the same way, I'm just going to keep going forward, right?
Congratulations on returning to your right.
And I'm going to go a
you
little bit
returned.
fast, so we're probably going to get partial
My friend, a word.
readings from all this.
Yes. I am honored to have had you by my side on this journey. As am I, Roland.
Your Majesty.
Okay, so now this is the scene. I'm going to pause. X-Arm and all of the saintly whatevers.
We shan't make undue demands of your time, King Roland. We simply come to say farewell.
So in this playthrough, X-Arm nuked our castle. And
I recall.
And he is the one of the ones who sieged the city while we destroyed the bridge. I don't think either of those will change the way we see him, or like what we know about him in the future. But we'll
Not
see.
really, no.
Without your aid, my people...
Consider the debt paid. The knowledge we...
Indeed, it surpassed my every expectation. The Holy One is sure to be pleased with the results.
Now, I'm actually more interested in Milo, to be honest.
Your Majesty, can we trust you to lift the embargo and keep Esfrost subdued?
Of course. Lord Wolford has promised his full cooperation in that regard.
Just, we don't know yet that Wolfort
Your
is
Majesty,
his brother, by the way.
lest you misunderstand your friend's position, allow me to make one matter abundantly clear. Minister Serenoa is of the Saintly Seven. He is not to serve at your whims, but by the grace of the Hierophant.
Oh. I just personally think that X-Arm is not reading the room on this one.
He's really not, no.
I understand, but he is also a Lord of Glenbrook. More importantly, he is my friend. As such, I would ask for his assistance in the days ahead, as I have in days past.
Okay.
Your Majesty, it is plain that the friendship between you two runs deep. However, the rules of politics are old and immutable.
X-Arm, you absolute
And
tool
what does
bag.
the Lord himself think of his new position?
Of course, I am grateful for the honor Hyzant has bestowed upon me. I will do all in my power to serve both the Hierophant and King Roland with all faithfulness.
In other words, the Hierophant does not have your full loyalty.
Well,
Glenbrook and Hyzant are to be two nations united in purpose. Surely it is reasonable that Lord Serenoa acts in service to
Benedict
both.
is the one with 2 brain cells in this
Perhaps
room.
King
If
Roland
I had
and
to
the
say
Hierophant
anything.
should discuss my lord's role
Yeah.
together.
And that's saying
You
something,
are
because
right,
I think
of course.
It is
It is not our
X-Arm
place
is
to
a
assume
smart
the
person,
goddess's intent.
right? But
Very
I
well.
think in this
He's too
scene,
used to being the
Help me
Saintly
with the
Seven.
Holy One as soon as my duties allow.
yeah, like X-Arm is a smart person, but like
I expect
I
busy days
think
ahead for you,
he
Serenoa.
didn't
Be prepared.
realize what he was trying to do in this room.
certainly, Your Majesty.
I think it's more that
Milo
he's
shall
too
stay
used to
in
being a member of
Glenbrook
the
for the time
Seven.
being. If there is
Hmm.
aught she can assist you with, consider her at your complete disposal.
Ooh, we're gonna get Milo. Yes, okay.
Remember, Milo.
But of course.
I
And
live
with
to
that,
serve, Minister.
we shall
Take our leave.
May we meet again?
May we meet again. Everybody leaves.
They leave us with a spy. It seems
Whatever secrets they uncover will only attest.
still their actions speak volumes. Their aid has not come. Already they seek to make Lord Serenoa their puppet.
Yeah?
But we need Hyzant's aid to crush Esfrost.
By the same token, we cannot resist Hyzant without Esfrost's might.
I've been,
And once Esfrost is laid low, Glenbrook will have served its purpose. What then would stop Hyzant from tightening their grip?
Just as they did with the Roselle.
Okay. Am I the weird one here thinking that they have no say over Serenoa? Like, am I the weird one in this room? Like, they actually have nothing on Serenoa?
Who?
Hyzant.
I mean, he does kind of owe them.
He does kind of owe them, and at this point, he still assumes he needs them for salt. So I guess they sort of have, like, a hold over him? But, like, it feels pretty weak to me. I don't know about you, Sandri, but it feels weak.
Mostly it's that
The injustice
he
I
ose them
saw
and
at the
he's
source
a
is
member of the
not
Saint
something I'll
Deception.
soon forget. If you require proof of Hyzant's
I mean-
true nature, you need only remember.
I mean, Serenoa is a man of like, where honor matters a lot, it seems. So that does hold some sway over him, I think.
I know. This country is my home.
Yeah.
I will rebuild it.
For now, we must look with...
Okay. I might just fast forward to the
city
scene.
has fallen. I see. And what of...
What of General
She
Vlora
fell into the north.
has not been seen.
And my...
They
They're
died,
killed.
fighting bravely in battle.
I understand. I have fewer pieces on the board than ever now.
He definitely said that the other time, I think.
Pieces. Really is true what they say about him. It seems I was wrong to think that Hyzant would remain idle. Regardless.
Your Grace, reports from the battlefield tell of an unknown weapon being brought to bear.
Oh?
A purple explosion was seen when the bridge to Castle Whiteholm collapsed.
That bridge has weathered the elements for untold generations. It appears the weapon of Laura indicated in her report has been completed sooner than we anticipated. We
So
mustn't allow Hyzant to think they've won
this
the upper hand.
is good. This is his reason for increasing the speed on the construction of the Death Knell, which is that
intend to answer
giant
them with
fuck
fire.
off cannon that he made. Which I still have no
Yeah.
clue how he moved that cannon.
In fairness, that is a perfectly good reason to want to flex your giant fuck off cannon that they have a giant fuck off explosive device.
Yeah.
And you're like, I have a giant fuck off explosive device too, only mine delivers out from a great distance.
I mean, in theory, they could, put that Elfric on a sling and boom.
After retaking
I
Whiteholm
mean,
Castle,
this is true.
Roland
Trebuchet can launch
assumes the
things pretty
throne.
far.
Yeah.
joy. Yet not everyone is quick to welcome Roland back with open arms. Life under Esfrosty rule, Roland's absence, it seems, made room for discord among his subjects to
Okay,
flourish.
so these lines are going to be important for when we do the Cordelia side. But we're going to start with the actual true ending first.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Cordelia side will eat up the rest of the time.
There you are, Your Majesty.
Ah, Huette.
Pray, now that we have retaken Whiteholm Castle, we've an entire...
Yeah, they're talking about rebuilding the kingdom.
I understand that. Oh, Cordelia, if I should lose you too.
Yeah, he's upset that he, stabbed his sister.
I know
So,
you've suffered many hardships, but pray, do not let yourself succumb
It
to
is
despair.
revealed later, by the way, but the Royalists, the organization that he's going to be fighting against, they actually do have one up on him. It turns out the Royalist, what's it called? The Royalist, subjects they're the ones seeing to Cordelia's healing. And there's a point outright where they use that as leverage.
Me, our comrades, your people.
King, eh? My father never once let his emotions overcome him. Not even the day my mother died. I had every intention of following his stoic example, but...
Oh no. That line,
Majesty,
he did not let his emotions overcome him. That actually explains something I see him say later in the Cordelia timeline.
Is it Cordelia? Pray tell me she's all right.
She is indeed recovering apace, Your Majesty.
Apace, take another sip!
Thank the stars.
It seems she has something to discuss
by the way,
you will hear her out.
It is, I will not deny, it's a drinking game. Every single time they say Apace, take a shot, you will be dead.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why the localizers, like, focused on Apace as, like, the line of choice, but it's everywhere.
Tell them to come to the garden as soon as they are able.
'Twould be my pleasure.
Like, I get it, not everybody can write, old-sounding English, and some people might just, like, find the things that make sense and then go with it, but at the same time, you know?
I'll return shortly with the others.
It feels like they didn't fully commit to one or the other. There are times where they're definitely speaking a lot more modern English, and times that they're speaking, you know...
I would describe it as Old English, but without the E.
Yeah.
It's not ye olde English, just Old English.
You know, it wasn't actually pronounced ye, it was still pronounced the, because the Y looked close enough to the thorn.
Yeah. So that is what happened in my absence.
Yes. Gustadolf was a clever ruler. After the invasion, Patriot and his royalists cozied up to Esfrost in order to protect themselves. Gustadolf used them to his every advantage. He stripped them of their privileges and left them nothing but their governing responsibility. I don't think Patriot much cared for that, but it did ensure everything.
Now I understand why there was little unrest after the occupation began.
A clean, effective takeover by a well-seasoned commander.
But all the while, he was preparing to face the next conflict.
Wait, does he intend to march on Hyzant?
By the way, apparently, and I'm going to repeat this, Cordelia is still in stitches right now. The fact that she's out and about and they're going to use that to leverage something against her is confusing as shit, considering she's just active and about right now. This scene would make a lot more sense if it was in, say, a hospital bed. You know?
But then they'd have to create a whole hospital scene for one scene.
But the goddess's shield cannot protect the Holy State's capital from Esfrost. Not anymore. He said it will all be over once the death knell is ready.
Not the death knell.
What is this death knell?
A new weapon born from the coupling of his frosty ironworking and explosive projectiles.
Also known as a big fuck-off cannon.
To break through the goddess's shield.
To think Esfrost is capable of creating such a monstrosity.
Isn't, like, the size of the shell, like, the width of the shell, the size of a human model in this world? For that? It's big.
I'm disturbed to learn of Gustadolf's plan.
Isn't that something even modern tech has problems, like, moving properly?
Very well.
Like, you have to get something very specialized for it.
Of the damage and discuss how best to proceed from there. House Wolfort will lend whatever aid you need.
Thank you, Serenoa. But since you are one of their saintly 7 now, I'd ask you to keep an eye on Hyzant as well.
Yeah, and that's her, like, passing out due to the,
a brief spell of dizziness.
Due to the fact that she's, you know, missing half of her blood. Patriot, he's your friend, right?
I do not recall giving you leave of the infirmary. Your injuries are still healing. Would you undo all the trouble I went through to get you the best?
I have a question for you, Sandri. Do you think this guy is the anime trope where he will be slowly drip feeding her?
What do to push yourself, Cordelia?
Rest now. Slowly drip feeding her a poison.
All right.
I doubt it. she's easier to control than Roland.
Right, but do you think he's making her weak to make Roland more pliant?
We got a pretty good understanding
maybe.
of the damage in the capital, my lord. It's
I
tad
still
more than
okay.
we were expecting.
This pisses me off. This pisses me off to no end. I did not nuke the dam, and in this playthrough itself, they said we're only going to stay on the outskirts of town, keeping all of the guards busy at the edge of town. Right? They said they would not invade, and they acknowledged they would not invade, and yet the town still got fucked up.
It looks like someone was lobbing, boulders over the fucking wall.
My only thought, and this could be true, is when Frost retreated, because they had to retreat, they looted and pillaged. And that's the only way that
like
this...
more than looting and pillaging.
Yes, it does, Sandri! Yes, it does! I will not deny it.
Because like looting and pillaging is where you kick in the doors and you take all the stuff. It's not so much where you take the time to swing a sledgehammer at the fucking flagstones.
That's the only small excuse I can think of how this town gets fucked up.
What pillaging are you hoping to do where you don't even pry up full flagstones? You just crack and you're just like, I want to take a souvenir chunk of flagstone.
I don't know. Maybe they had anima characters at their disposal.
But I'm thinking that the anima character would pull up like whole flagstones so that they could actually, bring something of use rather than just bits of rock. Or like over there, it looks like someone knocked over a fucking wall made of stone.
I mean, I guess they could have lied and they actually did properly siege the city with trebuchets and shit. But
it doesn't make any sense for them to do so for one reason.
Mm-hmm.
Remember who's funding the cleanup?
Yeah.
The less damage they do, the less they have to help rebuild, and the more they can just lean on it. Though then again, if they wreck the place, then they can be like, now you owe us big money for the repairs.
Yeah. You know what? That actually makes sense. What if they said that they would just siege the outsides? Things got rough, and that's their excuse, right? And they had to properly bring out the big guns to be the distraction. And that whole thing is just like, okay, now you're going to owe us for every bit of coin we're going to be spending to rebuild your city. Yeah, okay, that is some leverage. All right, you've talked me into it. Now it makes a little bit more sense. All right, I think I'm fine with that, but man, that is a lot of reading between the lines. Is it not?
Especially since I'm not entirely clear they're actually funding the rebuilding effort. They might be leaving it to Glenbrook to tax their own people for that.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Then we must make haste with repairs. Let's report this to Hyzant and see what aid they can give us. Was there anything of note besides damage?
There ain't an easy way of putting this, but not everyone's exactly pleased to hear Prince Roland's returned.
Go on, Sandri.
I mean, seems like a rational position to take.
Frost exempted Glenbrook's subjects from the salt tax. Likely a bid to get in everyone's good graces. And a damn good one at that. But more than that, the so-called freedom Gustadolf brought to the kingdom seems to have made a splash. He threw out the old ways and made it so anyone could better their lot in life depending on their ability, instead of their birthright.
Just as in
Blasphemy.
Then the people must have looked quite favorably upon Gustadolf's rule.
I wager folks ain't too pleased to see us, since they figure it means things will go back to how they used to be.
Roland surmised as much. We must do something to show the people his is a return worth celebrating.
You are standing in the rubble of the city. It is not worth celebrating.
Yes. The head of the Royalists, Minister Patriot, is extending his influence. He made quite the name for himself, even under Gustadolf.
I have at least 2 assassins on staff. Let me go deal with this problem for my friend.
I stand upon the rubble of the city that I liberated. Everybody worship me.
Pretty much. Oh, and don't forget,
Though
now we
he
need a
seems
taxi to
eager
rebuild.
enough to support King Roland, he was just as eager to serve the Archduke. I do not believe we
I
can
repeat,
trust him.
I have 2 assassins on staff right now. I can solve my problems quite easily.
Distinguished members of House Wolford, how hard you are all working to rebuild our capital.
Ah, you've
What a
committed a crime
delightful
against Heisant. You are under arrest.
thing to see.
This button. This guy!
Like I said.
Minister, you do us a great honor visiting us out of all the many other responsibilities that must vie for your attention.
Again,
what's
the
the
bit is...
minister
Now, do not
of?
think yourself so insignificant. The entire kingdom owes you its thanks, myself included, of course.
I don't know what he's specifically the minister of, but in the Cordelia route, which is the only route that I saw because I wanted the other one to actually be like on stream so I can actually like, you know what's being said. Especially after I heard one specific line, because I was originally planning to like skip past it and get another save file. When we hear one specific line, once I heard that, I'm like, you know what? I need Sandry's like live reaction to this.
We are so
Thank you, then.
grateful for House Wolford's aid, even though you now serve a different master.
We are only doing what any of King Roland's loyal vassals would.
Speaking of the king, I'm afraid we've a bit of a problem. His Majesty seems to be entertaining thoughts of retaliating against Esfrost. But the people
You
have
have a
had
point?
their fill of war. And I'm sure you're already aware the people look upon the royal line with disfavor.
Anne, would you please escort this
only
gentleman to
beg
the
you
nearest
take
deep
every
ditch?
care going forward.
There's going to be another line in the future where you're going to be like, why the hell aren't they doing that?
Warning.
But that's only if we get to it today.
Even so, there is naught we can do but focus on rebuilding.
I have
Indeed.
stabby people on
Let us
staff
return
whose
to the king
specialty is
and
making
apprise
people
him of
vanish
our
from
progress.
making problems not be problems anymore. Why am I
would
not
walk
not
the city with
probleming
Sheila
him?
a bit longer and speak with the people.
As you wish. But this is not the capital you knew. Be careful, my love.
Okay. Which is this one about? This is Frederica and,
There are more who accepted Esfrost's
why can't I
rule than
think of her name?
imagined.
Glenbrook's history is
Gila.
long.
Okay.
Yet, that is why hierarchy and precedent hold sway. This is a stubborn land, my lady, not given to easy change. Though Archduke Gustadolf, acting in the name of freedom, granted privilege after privilege to the powerful. For people used to Glenbrook's rigid customs, I suppose that sort of change must have been too seductive to resist.
Perhaps. But his freedom was naught but greed and cruelty.
Lady Frederica, I've been searching everywhere for you.
Right,
But
this
what
is
about
where she
Messenger?
gets,
Did you run all this way?
okay,
What
this is
happened?
where she gets information about, there is people at the, at her hometown. Okay. I'm just gonna fast forward to this. I don't think there's anything new we can learn from this. Although I will check something real quick once we get into this scene. I noticed Milo showed up at the very last second.
The coronation's...
Well, things are about to get interesting. Okay, so... now this is the scene where we get information about... Yeah.
ceremony. Certainly there are...
A coronation is important to assuage the people's fears and restore their faith.
Why do you think
Besides which,
Patriot
it is the
wanted him to be
royalists' most
coronated
fervent wish.
today?
Strange thing.
A kingdom is only truly as strong as people believe it to be. And right now the world believes Glenbrook weak. The ceremony will be a display to the contrary.
Is this truly the remedy our situation calls for? Right now, I imagine the people care only for where their next hot meal will come from.
Rest assured, sire, House Wolford will see your subjects shan't go hungry. But trust me when I say nothing will hasten Glenbrook's return to her former glory, so much as announcing the return of Regna's rightful heir.
Okay, so him being coronated publicly, does that give him like a public space for him to say what he wants, or what? I think he's trying to. I think he is trying to somehow gain more power by somehow uplifting him into the spotlight. Like, maybe a lot of people will start blaming him for the bad things. I don't know.
To win your subjects' hearts, you need do nothing but ascend to your position upon the throne.
You mean sit my royal backside on a fancy chair?
In a manner of speaking. A king's duty is first and foremost serving as his kingdom's symbol. You needn't trouble yourself with day-to-day governance. We will assume that.
Right, okay, that's why
After all,
Patriot wants to do everything, yep.
There will be no ceremony. The people will tell us what they need, and you will listen to them, Patriot. That is my command.
As you wish, King Roland.
How fare things, Huette? Have the relief supplies been given to those who need it?
Well, we had received a sizable shipment of goods from Hyzant, but there are complaints. It seems very few of those goods have made it into the hands of the people.
And why is that?
We aren't certain, though apparently Patriot and the Royalists involve themselves with the distribution.
Damn those Royalists! They cannot be left to their own devices.
He's certainly the minister of something, right, Sandry?
The minister of getting his asses executed immediately for being a problem.
Which one is this?
Because once again, I repeat, this is an autocracy.
House Wolford and Minister Exham's forces have reclaimed the Crown City. And not only that, they have dealt a heavy blow to the Esfrosti
Oh my god, I
forces,
wonder if
including
Tenebris is
Phallus
doing
and
something
other
evil.
commanding
What do you think, Sandry?
We couldn't have hoped
The guy who's literally...
A guy named Shadow
Yeah.
is doing something evil?
Hey, Shadow isn't always evil.
Now he'll have no choice.
He doesn't always wield a gun.
He was on hands and knees, begging for salt. Though, this could be our chance to crush...
Okay, hold on a second. Oh my god. Tenebris, like, it amazes me that these guys never figured out that he has an alternate source of salt. It really does. Because, like, for him to declare an embargo, Jesus, man, like...
The duchy once and for all.
Just because they're licking their wounds does not make them easy prey. They still have their iron, after all.
Iron. We can get iron. All we need do is make Glenbrook hand over the Grand...
And by the way, yes, iron is actually extremely common. You can get it almost anywhere you are in the world. Like, I think desert is actually an excellent place to get iron and quartz.
Quartz, yes. Iron, maybe.
It depends on the sand. A lot of red sand is rust.
Fair enough. But this is a yellow sand sort of place.
A paltry price to pay for our bountiful aid in their restoration of the Crown
And
City.
even then, you could be able to find iron bacteria, which they're like if you dry those out and then cook them, you can get iron out of them.
The flame of Esfrost's aggression. But why go through the trouble to seize an iron source when they have all the iron they could ever need?
Idor, with that line, you figured it out. You know for a fact it's a salt mine.
Well, regardless, we control the salt. I say we bide our time until Esfrost
I
admits they are
like
defeated.
this chapter is just filled with a bunch of people
Glenbrook's
making
side,
really
their
stupid decisions, not thinking through what certain things mean.
Yes.
Like, I figured out it was an iron mine the moment he embargoed these people.
Detailing the extent of the damage to the Crown City.
Send forth a veritable bounty. To Minister Serenoa of the Saintly Seven, that is.
Ah, yes. A show of the goddess's grace to the people, and as a wedge to drive between him and the king.
Esfrost, Glenbrook, they will both be ours before long.
Okay. We're going to skip the character stories for now.
Fine by me.
This is where Serenoa gets
you all
news
for helping
that
to determine
his...
the extent of the damage to the capital.
I'm going to TLDR this.
Information will be invaluable as we proceed.
This is where Serenoa gets news that his...
also happy word from Castle Wolfort.
Yes.
That his father's dead?
That his father is alive, and he's woken up.
Ah.
Yes. So, what we're going to do is we're going to follow the father is alive, because that is the path to true end. Okay? And now they're deliberating, hey, we're going to go different ways. Hey, we all have our opinions. And this is where we get there's now a discord sowing between the main three, where, you know, Benedict will only go down one route, Roland will only go down one route, and Frederica will only go down one route. Right? So I'm now going to save here, because we're going to have to come back here for... No, don't overwrite that save. I need that save. We're going to save here. Okay. Because now we're going to need to go down, return to Wolfert, and tell Seaman that Glenbrook has been reclaimed. Let's see here. The Crown City's finally back in Glenbrook's hands, but our work's far from over.
Lad.
Where do you think we should go from here, lad? Let's go tell our father about victory. Should have seen that one coming. So why Wolford, eh? I mean, Eredor is... Yeah. Eredor is, like, he cares about, like, history, right? He's living in the past. My father's just recounted. Don't you wish to see him too, Eredor? Of course I do. I near burst into tears when I heard he's back on his feet. I want to go back home and see him as soon as possible. Tell him all about your exploits.
And further.
To be honest, I think going back to Wolfert's what's best for us right now. Deep in thought. And
Lord Serenoa.
We finally managed to rout the frosty forces from the capital. But it seems our busy days are not over yet. We must decide which issue requires our attention most. Tell our father about our victory. You would have us return to Wolfort, my lord? So this is our little spy character. What do you think she wants?
I think either 2 or 3.
Wolfort, Milo is likely to follow. It'd be best for us to keep an eye on her.
Certainly.
After reclaiming the capital, House Wolfort gained more acclaim than even the Holy State had anticipated. There's a chance Milo had been given orders by Hyzant to investigate the Wolfort domain. We mustn't leave her to her own devices. It'd be wise to keep a close eye on her. I understand your concerns for her home, and yet... Deep in thought. Excuse me, Frederica, let me just get in the way and talk to Jayla here.
Ah, yes?
I'm Jayla too, aren't I? What voice? Things are slowly settling down in the capital. Right now would be the perfect time to pay the Rosellan village a visit. The rumors of bandits are clearly troubling her. Perhaps you could help our mind at ease. Let's tell our father about our victory. You wish to return to Wolfort, my lord?
I think the second one.
If we go to Wolfort, Milo is likely to come with us. We can take a chance to learn more about her. Do you think Hyzan is scheming something and using her to that end? I am one of the 7 now. I do not think they mean us any harm, but it would be wise for us not let our guard down. But of course, we are still unbelievers. It would serve us well to be vigilant of the Holy State's movements. And having Milo close might shed some light on their intentions.
I require some time to think.
I understand your concerns for your home, my lord, and if that were our only issue, the decision would be an easy one. Alas, deep in thought. Apparently, I did not pick that up last time I was here. Neat. So she's convincible? You're Hewitt, I do know that.
We may have freed the capital from Esfrost's clutches, but there's still so much work to be done. As a member of the Kingsguard, I wish to stay here and help unify the Crown City. Well, that's nice. I don't care. Do as you're told. I see. You would return to Wolfort? Must resolve matters in the capital himself.
Okay. Only he can unite his people and restore Glenbrook to its former glory.
Good point.
I see. So you believe he must be the one to bring the royals justice and regain the people's trust. Even I can see that dissent among the citizens. But as you said, it may be necessary to leave things entirely in his hands to allow him to establish his position as king.
Okay.
I see now why you would return to the Wolfort domain instead. Alright. Just double checking to make sure I don't have anything on the floor here. Because apparently I did not pick up everything the last time I was here. And I'm not going to look there. Alright, let's go. And... Come on, buddy. We're going to have to do this twice if everything goes right, so I'm just going to fast forward. We want green. Congratulations, we're going down the green path. Hey, you convinced everybody.
The way forward is decided. We return to the Wolfort domain with Benedict and inform Father that we have reclaimed the capital.
So, I do have something to add to this. Presumably the story we see in all 3 of these sides, like a version of that takes place, right? So Frederica is going towards the Roselle, and she's going to get the book, right? Roland is going to stay in the capital, and he's somehow going to get the royalists under control. And, you know, no matter which one you take, Benedict and Milo always go to see your father and talk with him about things, right? So, presumably all 3 stories take place. And I know this for a fact that we will see Frederica be like, hey, here's this book I found, right?
Lord Simon will be most pleased to see you, I am certain.
Of course. Fulfill your duty to your father. I shall see to things in the capital.
And I shall attend to the Rosellan village. Please give Lord Simo my best.
Oh, Lord Serenoa, you are returning home? What perfect timing. I was thinking of heading to the Wolfort domain myself. Might I accompany you?
Milo, how'd you sneak into the castle?
Showed the guard her cleavage.
Let's just say I have my ways. You might find the
Hold on a second. Profile.
companionship of such a capable woman a boon on the road.
I'm pretty sure she just gobsmacked the front guard. It's all I'm saying. Am I wrong here?
No.
I know not what her aims are, my lord, but I do know she will be easier to watch by your side.
I know he's supposed to be whispering, but because it's the circles, that's the thought bubble. So he's thinking this really loudly at Serenoa. He's like, Serenoa, read my mind! And Serenoa reads his mind! I'm just saying, like, the circles mean thought bubbles. They don't mean whispers, right?
Yeah.
All right, Milo, you may come. But you'll be put to work for the household. Understood?
Of course, my lord.
Listen, can you bring her back up for
This
1
is
second?
farewell for now.
One second. Yes, I can. Yes. What's up?
Yeah, no, I'm just... Yeah, no. No, like, that gobsmacked... Yep, nope. I don't think the guard was paying any attention.
Frederica, until our reunion in the capital.
She said she wanted to go inside, and the guard said, yes, whatever you say.
Ironically, her sprite is more tame than her drawing.
Very much so.
Meanwhile, Sandry's like, oh no, Roland left. Okay, we're going to overwrite save file 3. We're going to keep save file 2. So that way we can vote and go the other way. If we have time.
With the capital once more under their control, the members of House Wolffort disperse to the various corners of the domain. Roland, for his part, works to rid the Crown City of his political enemies. Frederica repairs to the Rosellan village. Serenoa, Benedict, and the others, meanwhile, make a triumphant return to Castle Wolffort, where Lord Simon eagerly awaits their arrival.
All right, Sandry, you need to be prepared because you might need to, like, get a fan or some water after this scene because you might hear something that's going to cause you to just absolutely go wild. You ready?
Hark! The young rulers have returned.
You're back! You're back! You made it!
Show some respect, lad. They've driven Esfrost from our lands and brought the kingdom back from the brink. And one of them is no less than one of Hyzant's saintly 7.
Dare I say, an achievement greater than Lord Simon ending the Salt Iron War. Fills me with pride enough to think I'd done it myself.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lord King. I didn't mean it.
Do you want to hear that again? do you wish to hear that line again?
No, it's just an interesting slip of the tongue.
You've done nothing wrong.
It's about to get better.
I thank you one and all for your efforts in seeing us through to victory.
Oh, you are too gracious, my lord.
As is the Hierophant, who saw fit to bless us with a boatload of salt. And all thanks to you, Lord Serenoa.
The Hierophant, you say?
Wow! That's amazing!
Isn't it just? Bold is the nation that besmirches House Wolffort's honor now.
I reckon not even the king himself would speak ill of us now.
Considering that we are basically the entirety of Glenbrook's military, that is probably true. Because if he speaks ill of us, we just go, congratulations, we are now in charge.
I think you're gonna... I think you're gonna need to hear that line again. I think that's the line you want to hear again. Am I wrong?
Of course not. It was this lad what made that mask-wearing coward of a prince the king.
Oh, that feels good.
Sandry, one more time. You want to hear it one more time to just, like, really bask it in? All right.
Okay.
Ready?
Of course not. It was this lad what made that mask-wearing coward of a prince the king.
All right, I think that's enough. Too much, and it'll go to your head, right?
Or something. Yeah. Carry on.
When I heard that line, I was like, no, what? I need live reactions to everything we're about to see here, and that's why I stopped going through here.
That is so very satisfying.
Yeah,
I like this man. I like this man a great deal.
You know what? One more time, just for old time's sake.
Of course not. It was this lad what made that mask-wearing coward of a prince the king.
Okay, there we go. I think you heard enough. I think any more, it'll just be absolutely indulgent.
Yeah.
All hail House Wolfort.
All hail Mr. Lord.
Much appreciated. Thank you, young child.
Oh, God. Sandry.
Serenoa is truly a man of the people.
And he's got the might to defend him. He's earned their trust.
It's amazing how she managed to make it sound
And so he may
dirty.
as well be king. I must say I do appreciate a powerful man.
And so he might as well be king.
Sounds like an idea. Shall we visit the royal capital and tell Roland that he can go take a long walk off a short pier? We've got some very short piers thanks to the way they wrecked the city.
Let us continue.
Perhaps I should cast my lot in with the future rather than the past.
Milo, don't think that. These guys can read minds. Serenoa's like, she knows we can hear her, right? Benedict's like, so she doesn't know yet.
So it's Ryunosuke.
The cowardly prince they refer to is King Roland, no doubt.
Familiarity breeds contempt.
Contempt
I pray
breeds
that's
contempt.
all it is.
I'm sorry.
Hyzant's overtures
What?
are most bold.
Was it necessary
mean
to
to lure
say
us
the
in.
cowardly prince must be Roland? Could they not have left that to breathe on its own?
No, remember, Benedict is playing five-dimensional chess. Like, in his ending, we found out he's doing everything he can to put Serenoa on the throne.
No, I get that. I'm just saying, why did it need to be said, or could we not have figured out from the fact that there was only one cowardly mask-wearing prince who's now king?
I mean, we also have the Dawnspear. He could be the cowardly mask-wearing
prince who's now king.
King of something. I don't know.
King of not being dead.
Yeah, no, he's the king of not being dead.
Dude literally has an ability to be like, I don't feel like being dead today. I will get up and stab you again.
Lord Svarog, you've been summoned to the capital with regard to the death snow. How long do you intend to defy the Archduke's orders?
I think...
I've no time for his trifling inquiries, now that Glenbrook has been wrested from our hold.
I think this plays in all three playthroughs, so...
I fear an assault on the duchy is imminent. We must fortify Twins Gate.
I don't think this adds anything.
Such an order would be mine to give, not yours.
I'm just going to point out...
Be gone. I was a fool to think you could protect the duchy's lands.
I'm just going to point out, Sicarus is awfully familiar with Savrog, even though last time they met, he kicked his ass and made him leave because they disagreed with his spy.
Pretty much, yeah.
The Archduke shall render his judgment.
Damn his judgment and everything it has wrought. Leaving that fool Thalys in charge of Glenbrook brought this upon us.
I shall pass your words on to him then.
See that you do, messenger boy.
He is calling the constable of the Archduchy a messenger boy.
His orders.
truth and nothing but.
Wit, he had my son killed.
He at this point, yeah, no, at this point he has more than just an inkling, though. Now
Yeah,
I'm
we
thinking
told
about it. Well, he still says he's not ready to believe it, but he's also not ready to not believe it, right? So I'd say he has more than an inkling at this point.
Hierophante's palace?
Mm-hmm.
Once proud Esfrost has been laid low, and Prince Roland installed as King of Glenbrook. Perhaps now they understand how powerful we are.
I'm sorry, they don't. They're creating
There
a
is
big
yet
fuck-off
more
cannon
good
for you.
news. We have coaxed enough power from the Elfric to power the automaton.
Really?
Oh, have the spoils of war ever been so great?
That line right there, we have coaxed enough power to power the automaton.
So what was powering it before?
Supposedly like just not enough, like they didn't get it to like exude enough power, right? And now they've learned how to make it exude more power. I think it was maybe like a low power mode, if I had to guess.
My headcanon is that Eodor goes back there every few hours to crank the wind up.
Once I figured out where you were going with that, I laughed. Yeah.
The people of Glenbrook rally around their newly returned hero.
Just remember the prototype Decimal, that little small robot. He's crank operated.
Yeah, no, I imagine that she has a giant key in her back.
I fear we have unwittingly created an enemy to rival Esfrost, or worse.
Which is precisely why I have sent Milo to watch their every move. We shall be informed of any plots against us in due course.
In due course?
And you are content to trust this, Milo?
What does it matter if I trust her? The goddess shall render final judgment to any and all traitors.
Be they spies, or one of the saintly seven.
And Lila, like, knows the truth in this scene.
May we never live to witness such a tragedy.
Like, she's also a person I don't fully understand her motives. Does she just care more about, like, the maintenance and construction of the robot than anything else? Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
How fares my father?
He is most lucid, my lord, though asleep at the moment. I fear the malady has sapped much of his strength.
What is his malady? Do you think he just has, like, clogged arteries or something?
Just not all doom and gloom, though. Word of your recent exploits lifted his spirits considerably. He cannot wait to hold a feast and praise you before the entire house.
Ha! May he forget he said that upon waking.
You should accept the honor with grace, my lord. He is your father, after all.
I would gladly accept, of course. Even hearing secondhand that he takes pride in my efforts threatens to swell my head.
So we figured out by now that this grave is Sereno's mother, right?
The young lord has reclaimed Glenbrook, Lady Destra. He fought as valiantly as Simone or Regna. Would you were here to witness it?
Sandri.
Forgive me, Benedict.
Was this the playthrough where Frederica and Serenoa spied on him praying to the stone?
No, that was in the other one, I think.
Okay.
Maybe?
No, Forgive me, Lord Serenoa. I shall take my leave.
Nonsense. You are the reason I stand here today, and I would tell Mother that myself. I bid you stay.
How very gracious of you.
No, I think that happened this playthrough.
Yeah, no, you may be right.
I owe much to Lord Simone and Lady Destra. They filled my life with purpose. They left you in my charge. But you have already demonstrated your power for all the realm to see. You now walk on your own 2 feet.
You know what just occurred to me? You want to know what Team 4-star scene goes perfect with your now favorite line of the entire game?
Do tell.
The line where Vegeta goes, "Never have I heard something and never known I needed it so much until now," when he was called king by the father of Broly.
I have no doubt you can lead Norzelia into a glorious new era of peace and prosperity with King Roland by your side.
Speak frankly, Benedict. What is it you wish to say?
I have done all I can for you, Lord Serenoa. I will resign following the evening's festivities. Anna shall take my place if it pleases you.
I don't think Anna can follow through with Benedict.
You would leave me unmoored?
I don't think she thinks the same way he does.
She does not.
I know the time is not ideal, but your father is not long for this world. I would repay my debt to him by caring for him in his final days. After that, I shall stand watch over their eternal resting place and regale them with tales of your great deeds.
I see there shall be no swaying you. My gratitude for you flows like the mighty Norzelia River. Even so, I would ask for a moment more to make up my mind.
Understood, my lord. Then let us return to the castle and prepare for the evening's feast.
Like, I'm sitting here trying to wonder why this specific direction is, like, the path to the true end, you know? There has to be a reason.
It was arbitrary.
Yeah.
This is quite the gathering.
Each and every one of them eager to get to know you better to advance their own ends. Be on your guard.
I shouldn't think that would be necessary. Father has gathered those he trusts most to lend me their aid. For that, I am grateful. Whatever the case, we mustn't keep them waiting.
I thank you kindly for the invitation, Lord Serenoa. Or shall I address you as Glenbrook's savior?
Ha! You needn't go that far, no.
I disagree. Your accomplishments speak for themselves. Power becomes you. It makes you alluring to people such as myself.
Just a reminder, that person just said this.
Oh, yes. I know.
And Serenoa, ever the paladin, I bet he's about to put her down. What do you think?
I think it's going to go over his head.
All right, let's see which way this will go.
Pray, let me accompany you for the evening and beyond.
Christ. They
a little more likely to put her down now.
She couldn't play it like just a little bit closer to the chest, could she?
She doesn't have much of one.
I shall need a moment to consider your most gracious offer.
And she walks away. Andy walks away and talks to somebody else. Ah!
I like her shrug.
Oh shit! I did not see that. Who shrugs?
He's like, eh.
All right.
It's a thing of beauty when they grow up. Hey, Benedict?
It is. And yet, it can leave one feeling strangely bereft.
Aye. Well, that's fatherhood for you.
Ah, so that's Piglo, the actual father to our Gohan. All right, greet our guests. Let's see if anybody says anything important. Lord Simon, he'll be arriving any moment.
Oh dear, I am concerned.
I mean, in the other route, we do know he dies. So.
Yep.
Hope that Glenbrook can continue relying both on you and Minister Patriat in the years to come.
If I have anything to say about it, we will not be relying on that little fucker. I have people to solve that.
I heard about your battle at Whiteholm Castle, my lord. I should expect no less than one of the Saintly Seven. Oh boy. Oh wait, there's something over there.
It's a Byzantine merchant, so it's not so strange.
I saw something up here. And there's something... Oh, there's something over here. Wait. Patriat!
Why is Patriat here? Isn't he supposed to be in... Isn't he supposed to be in the capital being handled by Roland? And that phrase is an interesting choice that I made.
He actually is in the capital, dealing with Roland. He's in the capital being an asshole. If we go through the Cordelia route.
What the fuck?
So, does Patriot have either Patriot has a twin, or he makes decisions based off of what we do,
which is sort of odd for this game, where nothing seems where people seem to just be stead on their paths, and we just sort of intersect.
I could not have achieved any of that by vassals or soldiers. Do you want to do Patriot?
Hi. In any case, I am deeply honored that you would come to greet me personally. Or perhaps there is something on your mind? I think the first one. He's a paladin.
I heard you thrived even under the Duchy's rule. I'm curious as to where your alliance lies.
You wound me, my lord. I did nothing but support Princess Cordelia, as I always have, as a royalist. But now that you are one of the Saintly Seven, does this change your feelings towards the crown?
No, I may be a saint now, but I'm still a Wolfert and a lord of High House. My loyalty to the royal family remains the same.
I'm compelled to interject. Lord of the only High House.
True!
It pleases me to hear you say so, my lord. Let us work together to see King Roland's reign prosper.
Notice how he avoided the question entirely.
He did. Well, actually, he didn't just avoid, he parried very nicely.
I wasn't aware this was a game of Dark Souls. Did I talk to this guy?
You can parry in a verbal encounter, so to speak.
Let's keep going this direction around the room. Whiteholm Castle was claimed. I doubt... Did she say I doubt King Roland could have done this on... Yep.
Yes.
Oh boy. I
These
think you're just
people are
loving
already
all.
primed to put us as king.
I think you're enjoying all of this conversation. Are you not?
Oh, I very much appreciate that the Wolford domain is very much in favor of House Wolford's scion.
Wait, what did
You're
you
an
say?
idiot then. We need to replace him with someone who's not going to forget that he's on duty.
I am honored to serve a lord so beloved by his people. Oh, that's all you have to say? All right, neat. Do you want to take your favorite old man? Because I think this is the guy that called it. I think this was the guy that showered your favorite line upon you.
To tell the truth, I'm a little worried about doing business in the Crown City. The nobles do nothing but quarrel and hold each other back. Maybe in a bid to line their own pockets.
I bet you, in your headcanon of this world, the reason why this character is invited to this banquet is because exactly of what he said at the dock. Am I wrong?
Benedict invited him.
Oh, Benedict invited him, eh?
Well, because Cyrano is a paladin, he would never think of replacing him. I feel so much safer working here in Wolford.
Once your father gets here, why not keep him company? I'm sure he'd be overjoyed to have you beside him. Oh, neat. Lord, word of Lord Seaman's recovery has lifted the people's spirits. Wear it that everyone were rejoicing. While people throughout the kingdom are singing your praises, there are others who despise your sudden rise to prominence. Now that we have reclaimed the Crown City, what would you do next, my lord?
Protection of our domain. Our fight is not yet over.
Okay. I am certain your father would be pleased to hear you say so. You are wise in your judgment, my lord. If I may, Benedict, how do you see the situation in the Crown City and the battles ahead? It will take some time for order to be restored in the capital, but such is inevitable after what has befallen it. And as you said, our fight is not yet over. Someone will take action, sooner than not. We must be vigilant and ever ready to respond. You're Hewitt.
I'm still in awe that Minister Patriot would dare show his face around here. It's only a matter of time before King Roland exposes the royalist crimes in the capital.
This is Milo. I think you've been voicing Milo too?
I was surprised to see how loved House Wolford is by its people. Perhaps there will one day come a time when I address her something greater than a lord. Do you get the feeling she has her suspicions?
No, I don't think so, but I man, everything in this area is like, boy, it should be great if you were something greater than just a lord of a high house. Perhaps king, maybe?
She might not... Okay, the thing is, Milo might not have an inclination that he has any right to kingship, but I think she's well aware that if he wanted to seize the crown, he could do so very easily.
Okay, I think I picked up everything in this room. I don't see anybody I haven't talked to yet.
Between the popular support for him over King Roland, and the fact that he commands the only army available in Glenbrook.
Yeah, let's go. Now to wait for father. He soliloquizes in the middle of the room.
And wait.
Lord Simon lives.
I was half expecting to tumble down the stairs.
Boy, you're looking rather deathly, father.
Haven't seen him in ages. He looks well. Thank the stars.
Wait, he does? That sprite looks pale as shit.
He also keeps looking like he has an eye patch on.
I don't see the eye patch. But
it's as the pixels shift.
Yeah.
Like right there for a moment, he looked like he has an eye patch
Let
on.
me take your hand.
I can manage on my own, my boy. I've not felt this good in some time.
I just bring this up because, like, back before we brought up the what everybody looked like, we didn't do it for this guy. I gotta say,
his voice is actually kind of high for him. He looks like he should have like this deep bass voice.
I mean, I
Not
don't agree with that.
bass.
I just think that's a good design, like the scar and everything, and
Yeah.
nice,
He's
like
a wardrobe.
wide chest. Yeah, like no.
He looks like a dude who
But I shall
carries
want
around
you by
either a
my side
double-headed
the rest
battle
of the
axe or a
But I may
giant
hear
ass
of your
cut off
exploits
gut
in
sword.
It's too bad we don't get him as a playable
Nothing
character.
would make me happier, Father.
You know what he looks like? He looks like who Eridor wishes he could be.
I thank you all for gathering to celebrate with me House Wolfort's victories. Against all odds, my son and his stalwart allies have reclaimed the Kingdom of Glenbrook. I felt a great weight lifted from my shoulders as I watched him grow into a worthy heir. I dare say I've never been so proud. Permit me the indulgence of offering a toast to my son, my pride and...
Hannah!
Huh?
Father!
Assassins.
That was a line read. Actually, his exclamation is assassins, or even just a bit firmer, assassins. But like, I felt like it should be a little more punch there.
A little more punch.
Like it should be an exclamation. If you'll forgive me, an ejaculation, and that is actually the correct term.
I know, but you didn't need to say that. Let's go.
But the point is that it should be this unbidden, just barked out statement rather than.
Guard down. But it
I-
takes more than that.
So-
Simone Wolfort.
Yeah, he's good. Benedict, I think he suffers from the voice that the voice that he's doing is probably a bit far away from his natural voice, and I find that
So it's hard to put emotion into it.
yeah, it's a little bit harder to put emotion into that. Or it could be that as I've said several times, sometimes I feel like the direction is just off in this game. He probably could have not been given good direction.
Case in point, every guard ever.
True.
They did takes with the guard lines only until the guards managed to actually say all the words in the right order and then went cut and were good.
So,
Then more you shall have.
I'm just going to point out, in the other playthrough, I do remember this. They said there was an assassin that we couldn't catch. So,
Not today.
presumably we're about to capture this assassin.
Thank you, Milo.
Save your breath. We're not rid of the assassins.
Kill them, Milo.
She appears to have decided which lock to catch. That's hers.
Kill them all. We shan't have a chance like this again.
I think I figured out why Patriot's here.
This feels like the sort of thing you'd want to not be near, but that's just me.
Patriot!
Guys,
What are you-
I'm not sure you realize how stupid a plan this is. You do realize that I routinely take on, like, powerful,
Well-
armed,
Sandry, you
Like-
now know what weapon he uses.
like I said, it was either going to be a double-headed battle axe or a fuck-off gut sword.
Milo joined our forces.
Fucking toothpick of his son.
Milo, bewitching and battle-tested dancer, inflicts various status elements on her foes, slips gracefully between enemy units.
Last I checked, she inflicts poison.
She also can steal TP. And has the leap command. Oh, what are the victory conditions? All enemy forces. Okay. So I actually have to try. So clearly if I have to try, I'm ringing pick a letter, right?
I mean, I admit my first thought is what's his name? Rudolph? Randolph? No, he's down. Well, him, yes, but
yeah,
down and to the right.
Just making decisions. Him? Oh, you don't know his ultimate. Oh, by the way, I've unlocked everybody's ultimate. Well,
I did wonder why everyone was fancy dressed.
Everyone except for well, no, not everybody is maximum dress levels. Everybody but 2 people's ultimates, because for those you made a decision to get their other side. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to you now regret that decision, or at least I do. Ultimates are better than you think they are.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me take a look at the map. So we got people on the stairways. Oh, Patriot's here. And he's a bow user. Alright. Nobody on this side. Okay.
But of course.
Oh, this is
Leave
actually
the
going to be useful.
battlefield to me.
So I was inclined to take Randolph or whatever it is, because he's got a direct line of shot that he just fucks people up if they're directly in his line of sight.
Rudolph?
Rudolph, yeah. If you remember correctly, his direct line of sight just fucks people up.
Ready and willing.
How many more people? One more person. Oh, right, we can't bring Frederica. I was like, where's Frederica? I'm looking for her. Oh, right, she's not pickable. Let's bring him to get him a... no, let's... This save file is either real or fake. I don't know yet, so I actually am not going to bring him. I'd rather bring a person that I know can actually do some work. Where the hell is
Left
he?
and
Here
down.
he is. Yes.
As you wish.
Tempting. No, let's bring her. All right. So we got 3 people. We got 2 people we can choose from up front. Let's bring Milo back here, and bring, I don't know, Eridor up front. Something like this, I think, is going to be a good formation.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
The Wolforts are a blight upon this land. A blight I will see cleansed.
Okay.
treachery ends here, Patriot! On my house's honor, I swear!
Come what may, I have to see that Lord Simon and the boy live.
Patriot and his ilk must die. Keep my father alive at all costs.
Your orders?
Shadows conceal me.
You'll pay for this!
Oh! I should have checked what those guys did.
Prepare to face the Dawn Spear.
Oh well. Actually, you know what? Let's go hard on this.
Blow. Prepare yourself. Just as I planned.
Shall we dance?
Let's see here. Poison the guy, I think, maybe?
That sounds like a good idea.
Dance poison.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, heck yes. I just realized what I'm about to do. Move here. Energy wave.
You will not strike me.
Well met. That went well.
I've been waiting for this.
Wonder if I go here. Can I taunt them both, maybe? 60%? I'm going to get one of them at the very least. Yeah, let's go with it.
I'll be your shield.
Okay. Oh, that act again is not part of their jump maneuver. They just outright have act again. Yeah, those three dead. Those three dead at ASAP. Act again and Anne. They're all Anne's, Sandry.
Yeah, no, I got it.
I'll make this quick. That hit the mark. Ready.
That will just delete the dude.
Yeah, but if I can get away with not spending TP, ooh, 52%. I don't like those chances. Let's just go for outright deletion. Damn. Because Rain of Arrows can do that.
I'll send you flying. Well met. Just as I planned.
For the greater good.
That should hopefully put her in poison range.
I don't know. Maybe.
Come on. Just for you.
Ooh. Probably not.
It's time.
Alright, we can't do his ultimate yet.
Ah! You've left yourself open. That hit the mark.
That's a healer.
Ah! You've done it now!
I shall do what I can.
What side do you need to heal? Is he? Oh, he actually starts off damaged. I'll tell you exactly what side I need to heal. The character who dies if the character who ends the playthrough if he dies.
Yep.
Do I mend wounds? I think I just cure wounds.
Be at ease.
Well done. House Wolford shall persevere! You shan't escape me!
Impossible! Impossible!
Impressed?
He's not having a good day, is he?
None of you will survive this!
Hey, Patriot.
You're holding Glenbrook back, Wolford. I shall rob them of impossible! Magnificent!
Well, interesting that you just turned your back to her, right?
That seems like an unwise lifestyle choice, but yeah.
This one gets him to 228. This one gets him to 196. I think this one deals more damage.
Yep.
Together we stand! Together we stand!
I'm sorry, Anne's getting 11 XP? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Let me return the favor. That's it.
So he was almost poison range. He was in counter-strike range.
Yeah.
My turn.
I am glad the guy who has one res is absorbing all these hits. Oh boy.
This is unpleasant.
You know what? I think the smart move is to take some of the pressure off of our healers.
It's come to this.
And I'm going to move here, like so.
Let me return the favor.
Whatever it takes.
Let's do double items. Give everybody a bunch of TP.
Here you go.
Now I'll see this battle through.
And get close enough to topping him off.
Here you go.
I appreciate it.
That all you got?
Okay, things are not looking good for him. I would rather you take some pressure off the healers.
I'm in your debt.
Prepare yourself.
No, I want to charge up Skyward Fist.
Yeah. Let's play.
If I go here, how much damage is that? That's poison damage is what it is.
Take this.
Once more.
I've never felt better.
And this way.
You'll pay for this. There. Close, but not quite.
For the honor of House Wolford.
Patriot, you absolute mad lad. I can't say I agree with your stratagems, but I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, are you?
I mean, if he wants to come down here and get stabbed.
He's a bow user, and it's not like he doesn't have the high ground. Oh wait, he did.
There's more yet to learn. To work.
If I go here, can I straight shot this guy in the back? I think I'd rather straight shot this guy in the back. Okay.
Yes, that will do nicely.
So it comes to battle.
Automatic turret, please.
Here's a little something special for you.
So, automatic turret. If anybody ends their turn within range, it has 5 attacks that it'll deal to them for free. It also has a bunch of HP in case they decide to actually fight it.
Okay, so this seems overpowered.
Notice how the turret is in the scene.
After me, are you?
Shall we begin?
I'm going to rush up here and drop a sanctuary.
For one and all.
I'm in your debt.
Unfortunately, it does have a chance to miss.
You've done it now.
Wow, it is missing a lot, eh? Let's try to get this guy dead.
Yeah. Sounds straight.
I'll help you.
Victory is within
Now.
reach.
You'll pay for this. Shall be your undoing.
Well, that was all 5 attacks.
I'll do my utmost.
Do I res him?
They leave me no choice. For the people.
I've been waiting for this.
I'd say I definitely got one of these 3,
I'll be your shield.
if not 2 of them. Oh, I got all 3! Neat. Keep him alive now. He's about to have a bad time.
Ow! Ow!
Yeah, act twice. I would rather you get her to max health.
My hero. Hey! Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that we have an ally in this battle, like, I would have fought this entire fight in this corner. But allies are dumb and they rush to the front of the fight. So, Skyward Fist. Deal physical damage to a single enemy. The higher the enemy is above you, the greater the damage. So, my theory was, hey, there's enemies up here. We're going to activate her and she's going to punch people on the top of the stairways. When are you two going?
It was a good plan.
Yeah. It still deals extra damage. Like, that is more damage than a basic attack, so it's still worth it in that respect.
Can you handle my might?
Did both of them miss?
To work.
Of course, these guys are they're dodge people, aren't they?
I'll send you flying. Hurts, eh?
Leave your back vulnerable. Jump.
now.
I think go here, face your back to the wall, because they can get up here.
House Wolford shall persevere! Ah!
Too slow.
No!
Man, that healer is a problem, isn't he?
You've done it now!
The healer and the pressure.
Let me heal your wounds.
What is your HP like? I think we'll do better if I move you here and do Sanctuary there. Actually, you know what? No, that eats up a space that should be used for actual fighters. We'll heal that side.
I'm behind you.
Thank you.
Back at you.
My turn.
Okay. I think... Alright. No, you can't kill him off. I think... Is there anybody you can't? You probably can kill this guy. Yeah, alright. Let's just off this person here.
Just die already!
For life.
Look at me learning.
This is the end.
You're wide open!
What would Father do?
I don't know. Ask him. He's right there. Father, what would you do? Kick his ass, son!
Use this.
Fuck him up.
He
says in like this deep bass voice.
Yeah.
He sounds like a fucking barbarian because that's what he looks like. He looks like a barbarian who got ignobled.
Whatever it takes.
Wait, did we? We did not kill the other guy. Okay. So this guy is... If I go here and have you attack, that is not going to be enough.
Poison?
Poison... I mean, the problem is her poison doesn't deal... It doesn't deal any damage.
No?
It just does the poison effect.
Right. No, okay, yeah. I see what you mean, though.
I say...
Is there anyone who could do with an action point?
Maybe I force somebody to go now. Okay, yes. I force somebody to go now, and that somebody is Maxwell.
Who might like to use his 5 PP.
We're
Yes.
counting on you.
And go here to, like... I do not want these guys escaping. Let's see here. He's got high jump. Or... I move him here. He's got triple thrust. And 86% chance of death? I think I have to go for it.
Yeah.
Your defenses crumble.
And now me.
Okay, this has gotten insanely easier.
Two of the act again fuckers are gone, which means that we're soon going to be able to actually get the rest of our party over here to fight.
Yeah, everybody else just keep throwing health pots at each other, okay?
We are just going to heal take our way through this problem.
Yeah. You went after him. I wanted you to go after him. That's why I turned his back that way.
Cheeky bastard.
You start moving him towards the rest of the group.
There. Magnificent.
Oh, no.
I do love how I've just naturally made like a 2x2 square of everybody's back facing each other's person's back.
I don't pull my punches.
Think you got me, eh? I strike true.
And now me, my fist struck true.
Let's play.
If I go here, I think I'll be able to finish him off.
Think you can catch me?
I'm still going to use the TP.
Does that bring him into poison range?
Dance poison.
I show no mercy. My fist
Probably?
struck true.
How much HP does he have? He has 36. I think the poison's been 35 on him, so I think he's literally 1 HP away from death.
Yes, but someone's gonna get to stab him first, so.
House Wolford shall persevere!
No! Stay in formation!
No!
Oh no.
Time to work.
Alright. Quietus. Restore. No, don't restore him. Restore the healer.
1,000 thanks.
Alright, go here and maintain my 4x4... Wait, before I move there. I think I can finish this guy off.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Have another!
This is the second guy who she's pinned against Eridor and then murder.
I mean, Eridor takes the blows, she finishes them off. And
like, no, this is absolutely a perfectly valid solution for them to be following.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Alright, cure wounds. I agree, heal yourself.
Allow me. It's one step closer to our hope.
And, maintain the formation. This is a great formation, keep it up.
Defeat is not an option. Use this.
Like, heal until the DPS get here.
Anne's like, what, am I chopped liver?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You'll pay for this.
And healer's down.
Frederica.
Healer's down! Need a res!
For the greater good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull any punches with this res. We're gonna go for the full res. Oh. Yeah.
This may hurt.
There we go.
I'll take you
That's
on.
better.
Alright, where is your...
I'm back in just a sec.
Where's your position best set? Right here, maybe. And provoke. This will maybe get 3 or 4 of them.
I'll be your shield.
Only 1? Gross.
With a single blow. Yes. By my spear.
Yeah!
That went well.
Just die already!
Shall I?
And yeah, freeing up half the party is going to make a difference.
Maxwell and her just finished off one guy.
There is life in these old bones yet.
Your orders?
Okay, you know what? You and Eridor make an excellent team, and I think this might be enough to at least get him super low.
It should.
If not dead.
Yeah. Sound strike.
Die already!
Okay. No, I don't think poison will make a difference in this.
Victory is within reach.
Another gotcha!
It'll take more than that.
You just keep yourself healed.
Here goes.
I haven't been broken yet.
Now what to do?
A 0% chance of poison. Does Patriot actually have any abilities that I'm scared of at 3 TP? I don't know. I can't get out of this menu. Great. You know what? We'll steal his TP either way.
I'll punish you.
Impossible!
Wow.
A wasted effort.
For the honor of House Wolfort.
Okay. You know what? I would rather walk here and sweeping slash to take care of as much damage as possible.
Thought you had me, huh?
Simultaneously strike 4 units. That's pretty good, isn't it?
That was an excellent use of TP.
I'll do my utmost. Here you go. Here you go.
Come at me!
All right. Move here. Haunt these two.
I'll be your shield!
Yeah, okay, it worked this time.
Let me heal your wounds.
Thought you killed me, right? I'm back!
My thanks.
Prepare to face the Dawn Spear. Just as I planned.
Has Maxwell already done his death and resurrection? I don't think he has.
I don't think so.
You're quite formidable.
A wasted effort.
Yes, please keep going for the evade character and missing.
Prepare yourself.
I'm just gonna walk right past. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna walk right here. Ah, she doesn't have enough TP for Scattered Fist. All right, let's take care of this healer. You are been a pain in my ass way too long.
I don't pull my punches.
Boy, it feels great to have a character that just walk right past enemies, right?
You got me, eh?
I hadn't even really registered the fact that she can just be like, I don't feel like dealing with this today.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move it. He's done his job. He needs to pick up that loot. We're good.
Nice eat, too! House Wolfort shall persevere! That's as far as you go!
I pray this was not my only chance to destroy them. I shan't make the mistake of underestimating them again.
Is this his astral projecting clone or something?
I don't know.
Done it now!
Really, there was nothing better you could have done in your turn, healer? Like, nothing better you could have done? I don't mean to, like, play for you, but at the same time...
I'll make this quick.
Walking into the guy who's been shown to have an AoE attack in the range of his AoE range to hit most people in this fight.
Whatever it takes.
Come on! You won't beat me! Time to
Let me
die!
help.
I love the battle.
For the people.
I shall protect you. You can't save yourself.
I will end this.
Ooh, wait. I got one last bit of loot to pick up, don't I? I'm not married to it.
This is the end.
Victory! So I guess in this playthrough, the father lives because the assassin fails?
I hope so. I'll be very annoyed if he dies from the assassination anyway. Like, when that sort of shit happens in games, I'm always a little annoyed. Look, I love .hack.gu, but there's a couple of places where it cuts to you losing the battle. I'm like, I just kicked the shit out of them. Why am I losing?
Was my sword ever so heavy? Age is a persistent foe.
And it happens.
Be strong, father. I shall get you treatment at once.
Serenoa, please. If I must go, at least it was alongside you.
But
on the battlefield.
We shoved so many healing pots up his butt that fight. He should be healthy as he was when he was just a newborn.
Yeah, it does, again, like, it's a little
Enough
annoying.
of this talk. You will yet live.
I've seen scores of soldiers perish, my son. Death comes for us all. Does it not, dear Benedict?
Forgive me, my lord. I could not keep you safe.
I beg you, give the three of us a moment together.
As you wish. Eridor?
Aye.
That includes you too, Eridor.
The Wolforts are as dangerous as I feared. They must be wiped out for the good of all Glenbrook.
There is no escape, Patriot. Tell me why a royalist like you would attack Lord Simon.
Yes. Why would you threaten to tear asunder a newly restored Glenbrook?
Restored? Restored to what?
I was going to point out, and Ninja jumps into the scene. Meanwhile, Milo has just been casually walking from the capital ever since.
I just like to think that Milo just watches Anne just like dart up over the balustrade and just like, right, just kind of strolls over. She lands. She just hears Patriot be like, "What the hell are you doing?" And just kind of strolls over, just like, "By the way."
Your king and controls your land, and you've what exactly? The collected ashes of the royal family. Those who joined the duchy thrived. Those who resisted were ground beneath their heel. The nobles and commoners have never been further apart, though beneath it all, they are bound not by the king's memory, but greed.
Perhaps. But we can unite them behind King Roland.
The weakest link of them all.
Go on, Sandry.
I hate to agree with the man. Because he's clearly scum, but, like, he speaks the truth.
Who forsook his family. A ruler in nothing but name, if the people speak true. The Wolford reputation stains him, and it shall be his undoing.
So that's your angle.
Enough slander.
You're blind to it, admit it. You rebuffed the Esfrosti army, curried favor with the Saintly Seven, protected Roland, and immediately installed him as king. You think yourselves above the high houses of Glenbrook, nay, above his majesty himself. Who would not want to rid themselves of such a stain?
So I'm compelled to once again point out there is one high house left. It's
You
us.
suggest King Roland gave the order?
Oh,
There's one high house left.
he's trying to make it to.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay, that is his angle here.
Would he possess such rationality? We would not be in this mess if he did. Thus I decided to intervene. For the good of the kingdom.
So we need only kill you. That is a mercy.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you for doing your goddamn job.
Only Benedict and I know what I'm about to tell you. I bid you listen well and remain calm. I am not your father, at least not by birth. You are the blood of our former King Ragnar.
What?
I promised His Majesty I would hide the truth from you. Forgive me. Destra was indeed your mother. That much was no lie. She was a commoner in the Crown City.
A woman of little means and low station, but possessed of unparalleled intellect and boundless affection. He would often sneak out into the city in disguise. Fate united them on one of those evenings, and they fell in love. Thus, you were brought into the world.
He wished to marry her, but her low station made that unthinkable. In time, the Royalists found out and plotted her murder.
So Lord Simon took her as his wife to keep her safe.
And so I was born the heir of House Wolford.
Sadly, your dear mother passed not long after you were born. It was she who named you. It was the one thing she was able to pass.
Okay, this is just the one thing I thought. Obviously, they knew she was pregnant well after the pregnancy started. And if there's one thing that house attendants aren't good, do know is they do know who their lord is going out and,
Hanging?
doing the deed with. They know for a fact there's no way he did Lady Destra. The fact that this remained a secret at all is surprising. Could it just be one of those open secrets that everybody but the main character knows about?
I don't think so. The impression that I get is that it's a little more complicated than that. Certainly, no one knew that he had royal blood.
Yeah.
And now I leave you this.
The royal signet.
Only one of Glenbrook's royal line may wear it. I was to keep it until the time was right. And so it is now.
Would be a shame if we had multiple healers just shoving health potions up your butt.
What am I to do with this unspeakable knowledge?
Okay, paused.
So, he was supposed to never tell Serenoa about this. but was given a royal signet just for when the time was right. ¿Por qué?
Don't know. Maybe Regna feared that his bloodline would come to an end.
And so, I was going to say, so his bastard would inherit, but no, he loved the woman he did for Serenoa. That's not totally unthinkable.
Yeah. So,
he was just like shit, she's gonna get killed if I don't smuggle her somewhere. Off you go.
Don't get me wrong. It'll be like a tough fight, but like that's not completely unheard of.
Oh, and it's not like he doesn't have the backing of a great house to do it.
He is the backing of the great house.
Exactly.
I leave you with a heavy burden. This I know better than any. Be strong, Serenoa. Forge your own path. Lead the people. Keep watch over him, Benedict.
I will.
No, Father. Stay with me. Please.
All this and still, you call me father. I am proud of you, my son.
I do a little flop there.
Please don't go.
What?
Father!
The little flop.
Please!
So Patriat meant to eliminate House Wolford to protect the crown.
Yes, he admitted as much himself.
I can assure you he acted alone. King Roland was not a party to the plot.
That is fortunate, yes, but the mere fact of it could tear Glenbrook apart were it to be made known. Lord Simon's assassination must be kept secret, my lord.
You would have me say his illness claimed him then?
I thank you for your assistance, Milo. Speak not a word of this to anyone.
Oh, sure. Artie has sent the messenger bird to
For the
Hyzant.
good of House Wolford.
Possibly. It does seem like she's thrown her lot into them. The impression I got was that her was in fact her take on the situation is that House Wolford's star is rising, and that she'd rather attach herself to the rising star.
Misplaced as his fears may be, we must stand ready to defend ourselves, in word and deed, from any who may reach similar conclusions. That includes King Roland himself.
You heard Anna. Roland didn't issue the order. What are you plotting, Benedict?
Oh, nothing. Just your ascension to the throne. I mean, what?
I seek only to ensure House Wolford's survival. Lord Simon was murdered. Other enemies may well be within our ranks as we speak. They
Stares
must
at Milo.
at all costs, no matter who they are.
Can I count on your continued guidance, Benedict?
Glenbrook's throne is yours for the taking. You have the claim and the might to back it up.
Sereno's like, that
Your
is
Lord
not what I
Father
asked you.
beseeched you to forge your own path and lead the people. Might you not best accomplish that if you were king?
Perhaps.
True, and once again, we see coming to fruition his entire ambition for Serenoa.
Usurp the throne from my friend.
His what?
His ambition for Serenoa.
The truth of my lineage does not leave this room. I shall keep it hidden along with this ring.
As you wish, my lord. I trust your judgment.
I will, however, back you into a situation where you have no choice
I
but
come
to admit
bearing
it.
a missive from King Roland. He requests your presence in the Crown City immediately. The Frosty survivors are on the move.
Okay. So, looking at the time remaining, I'm going to let this next line
They
play.
leave me no time to mourn.
Looking at the time
Lead the
remaining,
way.
we're going to keep playing until it gets to the next chapter, okay? And if I actually manage to get the time to actually properly loop this game, we will see the other, like, the middle path, because it does actually explain one other thing, because I've actually already seen it, Sandry. It does explain one fact. I will just say it if it doesn't happen, but you know, that's how we get Queen Cordelia. If I manage to loop the Queen Cordelia playthrough one more time, we will see it. If not, I'll just do like the picture overview that I did for the previous one.
All right.
But like I said, let's keep playing until we reach the merge point.
How close are we to the next chapter?
Very. We just got the cleanup of this chapter to go. So we are on save file 3. So we got part, obviously we got part 3. Because I think all chapters like 3 parts. Before, during, and after the fights.
Roland, Benedict, and Frederica regroup back in the capital. But what they experienced while they were away could very well alter the course of destiny itself.
And plus, we get to kill Patriot again, so, all the better if we actually do loot this.
He is a complete bastard, though. Honestly, the one you really want to kill at the end is Thalia and
something on your mind, Roland?
and Erica.
I mean, we already did that.
True.
Serenoa, I do not know what I should do.
Abdicate? I got you covered.
Did something happen in the capital?
No, that problem has been dealt with. I've made sure those damned royalists will never cause trouble again.
Was such harsh punishment truly necessary?
Of course it was. When they should have been helping to rebuild the kingdom, they instead profited off the people's hardship. And on top of that, they sought to string me up as their puppet king.
I understand, but...
You know what they told me? They said that is what Glenbrook truly is. That it must be ruled with the royalists' careful mediation between the royal family and their loyal subjects. They said good kings need not think for themselves. They said my father and my brother understood that.
Even if that is true, you have the power to change it.
I tried. That is the entire reason I took the throne. But nothing has changed.
His story, like, after watching it the second time, it's very obvious he was never meant to be king.
As Frost's invasion just ensured we could never put the pieces back together.
Like not even just his decisions that he made that you personally disagree with. But I just mean like his attitude. Like he was never meant to be king. It was always supposed to be his brother.
King though I may be,
Roland.
Well, it will be.
Oh, okay, Sandry, you're not wrong.
Should not burden you with
Well, actually, I don't know where the true ending goes, but
with nothing. But if you are struggling,
all is well. Trust me. So long as you are by my side.
Is that night?
Yeah, and there's another one we're gonna get here that we did not see before because we did the book ending. We didn't get this scene.
Serenoa, I would speak with you before we meet with the others.
is something the matter? I was led to believe the Rosellan village escaped all but unscathed.
I was going to point out, she soloed the bandits.
Yep.
A book?
We recovered it from a band of brigands. It once belonged to the Frosty archives.
Anne is over her shoulder. Boy, that book looks familiar. Where did that come from? Or not Anne.
Inside is the truth about
Suddenly can't think of her name.
Nay, about all Norzelia.
Trish.
Truth. How would your mother have that knowledge?
The Rosellan people have long passed down the secret of the salt. My mother was a chosen keeper of that history. In ancient times, the Roselle lived in the southernmost reaches of Norzelia, in a place called Centralia. It is said Centralia was on the shore of a vast expanse of salt water they called...
Like, I remember this line, but we...
Back then, the Norzelia we know was at the bottom of that sea. But a cataclysm dried up all the water, and thus this land came to be. The salt crystallized and sank into the earth, the very earth we now walk upon.
Salt beneath our feet.
I wonder if there's a mine in the story that might have something to do with that, Sarah Noah.
War raged on and on as people fought to control it. The Roselle tried to stop the fighting by digging up a giant pillar of salt to show everyone the secret they had long kept. But Hyzant, whose power over Norzelia came from controlling the lake and the salt it produced, could not allow the truth to get out. They captured the Roselle, branded them criminals who tried to seize control of the salt for themselves, and confined them to the lake.
You know...
And what of the pillar?
I know this is a little bit victim blaming, but I don't think if you're trying to uproot society, you go to the society that specifically profits off of the lack of an item.
This is true.
Like, it might sound a little bit victim blaming. I don't mean it that way, but...
It was not the best plan.
No.
It's not a, this was your fault, it's just, this was not a good plan.
Hyzant stole it and hid it inside the very statue of the goddess that towers over the source.
How can you be certain?
During the uprising, my mother broke the statue and recovered a fragment of the pillar within.
The salt crystal found in the Rosellan village.
Wait, so the statue was constructed around a giant salt pillar?
True. The teachings are a lie. This will shake Hyzant to its very foundations.
And we would be able to free the Roselle from their imprisonment at the source.
Good luck with that.
With so much at stake.
If I'm looping, I'm actually taking her story, by the way.
Frederica.
The part that I'm confused about is how did you know about the salt in the Rosellan village?
The what in the Rosellan village?
I thought you found out about the salt in the Roselle village when you go visit.
Yeah, but not the second time. The first time. We have to go through that route. We do have to go through that route. The second time is when the bandits are invading it and we get the book. Which we didn't do this time. I guess technically third time because it's the first time is when we go for the wedding, but whatever. And I think with that, no, with this scene, it's the cleanup. It's the final cleanup.
That is the extent of what happened during our various endeavors.
Hi, Barrick.
The passing of my Lord Father, the Royalist scandal, and the book that revealed the truth about the Roselle and the salt.
You come in at the very end of the session, but welcome.
To overcome these obstacles facing us.
I still cannot believe how quickly Lord Simon's condition worsened.
It is most devastating. Sarah Noah, did your father say nothing else to you? Before he...
He bade me lead House Wolfort well.
I think this is recontextualized. This scene is now recontextualized. The fact that he's saying this not because his father told him about it, originally
it was Benedict.
It was Benedict telling him about it, but now it's his father said it to him directly. And Benedict...
Yeah, it's a little less weird for him to want to take the throne.
Yeah.
Like, I was always in favor, don't get me wrong, because Roland is a shit king, but...
Yeah, I don't know. But also the fact that he's keeping the secret. I don't know about you, but I feel like Benedict pressures him more in the other playthrough than he did in this one.
So far.
But just in terms of like his decision, his choice to keep that hidden.
To help you honor that request.
Your Majesty, what do you plan to do about the royalists who misappropriated supplies?
As far as I've been able to discern, those involved acted out of greed and self-interest. They must all be punished. Nothing less than exile from the kingdom or execution will suffice.
By the way, if we actually do see it, the events that led up to this, oh fuck. Let's put it this way: Roland, if we do his playthrough, he goes into dark mode Roland.
Huh.
That is his Jedi fall from grace.
When he goes and starts killing every noble in the land.
Yeah. Well, like you know what I'm talking about, Anakin's fall from yeah. That is pretty much exactly like the equivalent of the scene that happens for Roland.
Good God.
But there are those among them who support the Glenbrook line. Will that not impact your governance?
Perhaps. But to pardon their crimes would kindle the people's ire. We must make an example of them. To appease the people. To make clear the consequences of engaging in such foolhardy behavior.
Did something else happen in the capital, King Roland?
And he's going to keep it silent.
Nothing you need concern yourself with.
You see what I mean?
But I must say, I was shocked to learn of that Rosellan legend. Do you suppose the contents of that book could be true?
The part about their homeland, Centralia, that sits upon a vast saltwater sea? That of the untapped salt crystals beneath Norzelia? Or that, in order to monopolize the salt trade, Hyzant fabricated the Roselle's sins?
Yes.
That the pillar of salt Hyzant stole from the Roselle is hidden within the statue of the goddess?
All
If
of the
any
above?
it is true, it would turn everything we know on its head. It would mean the teachings of the Holy State are not but lies.
Was that ever
It
in
does
town?
sound unbelievable, but we have already seen part of this legend for ourselves.
The crystal from the Rosellan village?
That crystal is a fragment from the pillar within the statue of the goddess. One my mother obtained during the uprising.
It fits perfectly.
Apparently, Lady Orlea penned the book detailing the legend for Frederica.
She did. She enchanted it so no one could open it, but left me the key to break the spell. This pendant.
I doubt a mother would go to such lengths to lie to her daughter.
Then we agree the legend contains at least a seed of truth.
Your Majesty, we have received word that the survivors of the Duchy's army are amassing.
What? Where?
At the Grand Norzellian mines.
Yeah, for the salt
But
mines.
we cannot be sure what they are doing. None of our scouts have returned.
Those frosty dogs.
And this is where they all make a decision. Hey, we've got to go
Speak
stop
later,
them.
Serenoa. First, we must put down whatever the Duchy is planning at the mines. I need you and your people beside me.
Of course. We shall ready ourselves for the battle at once.
And I'm just going to end it there because this is full on. We're back at the mines thing, you know.
All right.
Oh no, mines, they're going to blow it up and we got to go there. Fate completed. All right. So yeah, we will pick this up next week. Maybe skipping straight towards the end goal, maybe doing chapter 15 just one more time, but that'll be the that'll be the countdown. I think we're at this point, I want to say 2 or 3 sessions away from ending. I don't know how long the last chapters are going to be, though.
Well, good news is we get to take General of Lore to go beat up a giant robot. She'd better be good. I'm going to be so pissed if she's not an amazing character.
The only character we will not be picking up is Travis, and that's because I would have to play through it again another time. And I don't think Travis adds enough to this party for that to be worth it.
That's Trish's father?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care. All right, catch you later.
See ya. As for everybody in Twitchland, thank you all for watching. We'll be picking this up next week with either the final countdown or in chapter 15 again to get the other character. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Roland and House Wolffort succeed in reclaiming Glenbrook, but they cannot rest easy, for new dilemmas threaten to tear the kingdom apart. For one, the secret of Serenoa's birth come to light with Lord Simon's passing.